comes to this. Hawks fall just short, 28-22, not able to pull out one more miracle win. The players on the field, the emotions are raw, the heartache is palpable, but what a season for this team.
They say time heals all wounds. For Coach DeForest, his staff, and the seniors on the 2017 Lapine Hawks football team, the truth of that saying will be put to the test.
I've seen it in my head and dreams at night. Obviously, it still bothers me.
But as winter turns to spring and the sting of the football season thaws, like the very ground it was played on, heartbreak is replaced with hope. The hope of a state title. One final opportunity for the Hawks class of 2018. This time on the diamond. And led by the same man that led them in football, Coach Bo DeForest.
We feel like in the playoffs we have 4 to 6 guys that we can pitch at any time, and there's not a whole lot of let off in between from one to the next.
We've faced Taft, they're number 1 in the state right now. We beat them 8-5, so we can run with the best of them. I think we brought the winning tradition back.
We have a really strong bullpen, so we got a lot of arms. Definitely we have a good chance of going all the way.
A lot of us played football as well, and it came down to that tragic ending of the season. And so I think it's pushed us to do better and go further this year and do what we're more expected to do.
We're still playing well, and we're where we're supposed to be. We're in the playoffs, so we have a shot.
I think football ended a little bit too soon for us. I thought we're going to have to capitalize in baseball and get the job done in baseball and bring home the state title.
It's going to take our best game every single week, so we're just going to take it game by game, and we'll see where it goes.
The Hawks cruised to a 20-win, 4-loss regular season and lit up the scoreboard, scoring just shy of 10 runs per game, on their way to earning the 4 seed in the 3A state playoffs.
The Hawks come into this first-round OSAA state playoff game off a loss to Pleasant Hill in the final league playoff game. They are taking on the Vale Vikings.
Round of 16, Lapine hosting Vale. Coach DeForest hands the ball to Angelo Rose. The 4-run lead quickly becomes 9, and then extends to 17 as the Hawks win comfortably.
That's going to be it for us. Hawks win it here, 18-4, and they will advance into the next round against the winner of the Pleasant Hill Arrogant game.
I'll be honest, a lot of, part of coming back into coaching is I do have unfinished business. I want to be a state champion also, never have been. So it'd be a huge accomplishment selfishly as for myself. It would be huge. It would be a big thing off my list of things I wanted to do.
To win a title, DeForest and the Hawks will have to get past a familiar foe in the state quarterfinals. League rival Pleasant Hill. P. Hill is headed to Lapine filled with confidence after beating the Hawks in the final game of the regular season and knocking Lapine out of the playoffs in this same game last year.
They're an incredibly well-coached team, so they're going to be here ready to play. They know our team pretty well, so they'll know what to expect.
As the game begins, P. Hill picks up where they left off, building a 2-0 lead before things go from bad to worse. bottom of the 6th inning begins with Lapine trailing 4-0, with only 6 outs left in their season. But then, a spark. The Hawks load the bases, and Angela Rose steps to the plate with 2 outs. The clutch hit drives in 2 runs, cutting the lead in half. Then right field senior Eddie Price steps to the plate. Price blasts a 3-run homer over the left field fence. And just like that, the Hawks lead 5-4. The Hawks' late-inning heroics propel Lapine into the state semifinals. Awaiting the Hawks in Lincoln City is the number 1 team in the state, the Taft Tigers.
The kids are going to find out, no matter how successful this season's been, if we have a loss there at the end, it's going to hurt even that much worse the deeper you go, the closer you get to the championship. But it's worth it.
Hawks come into this semifinal game against the number 1 Taft Tigers on the heels of a dramatic come-from-behind win against the Pleasant Hill Billies. That brings us here to this semifinal game at the Pit here in Lincoln City and Taft High School.
The Hawks strike first, putting 3 runs on the board in the top of the 1st inning, before handing the ball to their ace, Jake Farnsworth, with a 3-run cushion. It's a back-and-forth affair, and as the teams enter the 7th and final inning, Lapine leads 5-3. The Hawks add 3 insurance runs, and DeForest decides to roll the dice one last time, trotting Farnsworth back out to the mound. After a hit batter, a walk, and a fielding error scores 3 runs, DeForest heads to the mound to calm his team's nerves. With a runner on second and the tying run at the plate, the tension is palpable throughout the stadium. Farnsworth rears back and hurls a fastball to the plate, securing a historic victory and sending the Hawks to their first state championship bid in school history.
It wasn't the most artful game, but they pull out the 8-6 victory, and they'll move on to the state championship game at Volcano Field in Salem, Oregon.
Obviously, being a state champion would be huge, but ultimately, I just want the kids to be competitive and to have a sense of pride in what they've accomplished.
The town of Lapine sends the boys off like they're already champions. But the Hawks still have unfinished business.
The state playoff pathway for these Hawks began on May 23rd, and they are now here on the verge of a state championship opportunity, taking on the Horizon Christian Ball Club.
State championship, Volcano Stadium. The Hawks wearing their home whites, taking on Horizon Christian and seeking their first state title in the school's 40-year history. As the game begins, the Hawks give up 1 run and then another in the top of the 2nd. The bottom of the 2nd inning sees the momentum shift, sparked by a leadoff triple from Wyatt DeForest. Lapine charges back and takes a 3-2 lead. In the 3rd, Wyatt steps to the plate again and drives a fastball deep. Giving the Hawks a 2-run cushion. Heading into the 6th inning, LaPine leads 6-3, but the dream quickly begins to feel like it could turn into a nightmare. Horizon scores 2 runs, and all of a sudden it's a 1-run game. The mood in the Hawks dugout shifts from elation to defeat, and Coach DeForest has to remind his team they're still up.
Make it happen right now, man.
The Hawks answer the call, scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th and taking a 5-run lead into the last inning. Coach DeForest sends his son to the mound one last time, and Wyatt delivers the exclamation point. The record will show that on June 1st, 2018, the LaPine Hawks became champions.
You know, one of the things I really get excited about is seeing the young kids and them be excited and them wearing their jerseys, you know, being proud. I know when I was a kid, you know, I looked up to those guys. So to be able to see the young kids be excited, be proud, you know, that's a good one. That's good. That's what I'm really proud of.
Wow.
Gives me goosebumps watching it again.
I remember that heartbreaking football game, and look what they did.
I was there on both nights, and it's what makes sports great, the agony of defeat and the joy of victory. And I tell you what, I'm just so happy for those guys. It transcends sports. Their whole entire community got behind them. LaPine feels good about themselves. The school, first state title in school history for baseball or any male team sports. It's pretty special.
So thank you so much for covering it, and congrats to the Hawks.
Congrats, Hawks.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
For more stories that matter to you, watch Central Oregon Daily on KOHD ABC, KBNZ, CBS, and CentralOregonDaily.com.